This summer, I want to lighten things up in our podcasting environment. I want to have summer type of subjects, meaning that we're approaching summer. It's that simple. What is happening, of course, in the world is so much negativity that I want to bring happier subjects. I'm going to continue with the digital nomad, meaning bringing up travel and work options for those adventurous entrepreneurs, because I am studying and training to do the same thing. I'm going to specifically talk about Portugal. This podcast, I'm going to talk about my Portuguese teacher, Liz Sharma. The other subjects I'm going to address sometimes will be baseball. Yes, because I love the bloopers. I'm also going to address summer romances because I love Matt Boggs. He is the executive director of his own branch called Love in Relationships. He's very funny. Male and female can enjoy listening to him. I'm going to include some recordings, some videos from Matt Boggs. As always, I'm going to discuss Kundalini Yoga and how it relates to our children, serenity and calmness. Yes, I'm going to talk about wine. It's going to be predominantly rosés, also wedding and celebrations, anniversaries. Here is the first summer podcast. Parce que nous sommes en vacances. We are on vacation. Je parle un peu français. My Portuguese is horrible, but I'm getting there. Liz Sharma teaches us one thing that she suggests we really need to do is to find people we can speak our Portuguese with. It has to be European Portuguese because that's what she teaches. Luckily, I have two people. One, I work at our Gulfport Community Garden. He knows Brazilian, and that's okay. We can still speak to each other. That's phenomenal. And there's a woman who lives in my building. She lived in Portugal for 16 years, so I'm blessed with that. I have two videos of Liz Sharma on the podcast details today because she is funny. She teaches everyday survival language in European Portuguese. She does YouTube classes. She has immersion classes. You have to be accepted. Instagram, emails. I've been studying with her almost a year. She doesn't know this, but I'm going to Portugal in October, and I'm going to reserve 2 days of immersion Portuguese with her, and I'm really excited. Don't worry, Liz, it's not until October. I'll let you know ahead of time. She moved to Portugal by herself. She says it's been 6 years, and she just became legal. She's a citizen now of Portugal. How cool is that? Well, watch her videos, and you'll get an idea of what it's like to live in a foreign country such as Portugal, because their bureaucracy is intense. However, she also has many videos on how to work with the bureaucracy. Now, there are two great videos of her. One, just telling of her experience. She actually met her husband at one of the meetups. She gives tips and techniques on if you're moving to a foreign country, how to make your new life there. And speaking of romance, the fact that she met her husband at a meetup, Matt Boggs talks about love and relationships. I really want people to listen to him. One, he's funny, but he has very relevant solutions for many of the situations that you folks are probably going through. I'm 66. I don't date any longer, but I love listening to Matt. He just, even if you're not in a love relationship, trying to get into a love relationship, or even with your family or friends, he has really telling information. Therefore, occasionally, I'm going to switch off from digital nomad, travel entrepreneurs, to something fun like summer romances and how to keep them if that's your priority. And baseball, I'm going to concentrate on bloopers because they're fun. Now, Kundalini Yoga is so vital and important for our children. I say this because, one, I don't have children, but I certainly see as an adult what is happening to our children. It may be difficult for others to believe, but you can instill calmness, serenity, peace, and actually a sense of control when your children will watch and start practicing Kundalini yoga. I can attest to this. I have been practicing Kundalini yoga for over 30 years. All my teachers are in New York. HARIPRAKAASH is virtual. All my classes now are virtual because I live in Florida. I always include on my podcast details the virtual classes. Look, they're free. But seriously, if you cannot take your child to camp or you're having second thoughts about letting them go off because of the trials and tribulations for what they've been through, have them sit for 15, 20 minutes in one of her classes that's specifically geared toward children. You will even love listening to this if you're doing dishes or if you're working, to have her in the background in this wonderful music, and just have your children start learning something spiritual because they need help. Lastly, about wine, I will always talk about rosés. Yes, because I'm a wine snob, because that's really all I drink when I drink. Generally, yes, they are from Provence, but not necessarily. I love Spanish rosé. Ostat too is great. I love Austrian rosés. The interesting thing about this podcast link that I have is, again, for $7.50, which is one of the best industry newsletters that's actually written for everyday people. This particular newsletter of theirs is very intense. Every subject is about rosés. I realize that some people still poo-poo the idea of drinking a pink wine. Fascinatingly, if you don't know, is that they're made from red grapes. All the rosés are made from red grapes. And they are also the most difficult to make because they have to get the color right, they have to get the balance right. The fermentation is tricky. One of the French vintners was saying that in order to get the flavor profile they want, in order to get the perfect color, they actually pick the grapes and just let them macerate in cold temperatures. They don't even start fermentation. And this way, he can pull or she can pull a sample of the wine and see the color, start to understand what the flavor profile is going to be. Now, this is fascinating, and they're not expensive wines. Now, you can find expensive rosés, but by and large, you can get a good bottle of rosé for about $15. Forget the stupid names like Whispering Angel. That's just overproduced swill. To wrap this up, we are going to go on vacation. Nous sommes en vacances because it's Memorial Day weekend really soon. And I lived in New York for 29 years. That was the beginning of our summer. Not for me. I hung in there until September 22nd. But we need to lighten up. We need to stop listening to the news. Give yourself a couple of days to chill. Listen to my podcast because it's always fun, never political, always really good tips. Wrap this up. Certainly listen to the digital nomad, the traveling entrepreneur. You're going to get great information. Liz Sharma is the best Portuguese teacher. Podcast Details has all of her links. Kundalini yoga for children, please, 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 please. And there's some meditation links in some of my former podcast details too. Therefore, you can click on any of my podcast details, and that's a wealth of information links. And of course, wine. Some of the best wines out there are rosé. Don't make it a trend. Make it a year-long adventure. And I will be sharing with the next podcast wedding, anniversary, and celebration wines. I'm Valerie Hale. I create this podcast every week to help people create a life they deserve. I am now teaching online courses called It's All in Your Mind series. They specifically help people get past the fear of public speaking. Merci, au revoir.